Kyle. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Anyways, what's up, Egg Munchers? Today, I have another silly little build video for you guys. If you guys enjoy this video and want to see more, make sure to hit like and subscribe. This build is split up into 6 segments: the resting place, the trader's post, the farm, the fishbowl, the library, and the remnants of the Crimson Sun. The one we are going to start off with is the resting place. The resting place is actually the original idea that inspired this whole build. The point of it is to act as a home away from home, maybe for a hero after completing a hard quest, or maybe it's for someone on a journey who needs a break. My main inspiration behind this segment of the build is the bonfires from the Dark Souls trilogy. The Dark Souls games are very intense, having danger around almost every corner. That's where the bonfires come in. It's peaceful. It's a place where you can let your guard down and just relax. The trader's post is my take on what it would look like if a wandering trader had a permanent shop set up. With the extended space, the trader can set up more of his impressive wares from his adventures. For the roof and flooring, I used carpet and wool. The colors I used are red, yellow, and blue, which all represent the color scheme of the Wandering Trader. I like to imagine that this outpost was built together in a rush, but still with love and passion. In this section of the build, we see a dilapidated watchtower that has been turned into a farmer's homestead. On the left, we see a variety of common crops, such as wheat, beets, and potatoes. On the right, we see crops that are more unique and not of our world. Another visible detail in this area is that the farmland in use is not very wide and vast, possibly indicating the harsh environment of these ruins. This area of my build felt very empty, so I thought I should add something to it. In the end, I decided to build a fish shop that I named the Fishbowl. The name itself comes from the giant fishbowl on top of the store, which contains the fish that the owner has caught. My favorite detail in this building is the fish being suspended from the ceiling on chains. To achieve this effect, I used invisible item frames on the chains to make it look like they are holding the fish in place. This is the first time I've used invisible item frames, and I will definitely use them again. The library is my favorite building in this build, as it gave me the challenge of building something with a balance of being in ruins and still intact. In the end, I achieved this by building the entire building intact first, and then I went through and broke and changed parts of it. I also decided to use the tough block set for this section, which I think turned out really well. I don't normally use tough in my builds, so I decided to try it and see how it turned out. The final section of this build is the remnants of the Crimson Sun. The Remnants of the Crimson Sun is a medium-ish sized castle that possibly used to be occupied by the leader of the Crimson Sun. The Crimson Sun is the name that I've given to the kingdom that is thought to have ruled this land before it went into ruins. The proof of the existence of this empire is shown in the banners all around the build and the giant crimson throne that is partially submerged in the water. The castle is in complete ruins, having its stone walls being cracked and covered with moss, and even having one of its corner watchtowers fallen over and broken off. Also, the entire building has sunk into a pond, partially hiding it. In my opinion, this build is well summed up as a metaphor that nothing is forever. What was once a watchtower, used to see oncoming enemies, is now used as farmland for a farmer who wishes to sell his crops. A library that was once a huge information powerhouse sits in ruins, untouched and forgotten. A kingdom that could have been one of the biggest empires in history is extinct and no longer matters. I named this build the Ruins because at first you see a land in ruins and destroyed. Now that may be true, but if you look closer, you see a new community planting their roots and creating something new.